No, another kind of fun thing is that because of the, like, slapdash togetherness of this, you can actually hear my mic on this screen. Whoops! I just noticed it was live. Thankfully I haven't been saying anything, but oh my god. Tell me if the, like, music is too loud. Actually, that's a good thing to know now. Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between Smoke and LTK. We, hold objective. We hate objective. I was like, that is not right. What did I just say? I'm almost positive what I said was the wrong thing to say. But we do go ahead and have, looking into game. I have to be a little bit careful because I am in a hotel right now, which is also why you don't see me at the bottom of your screen. Because, well, I don't have a camera here. I brought a lot of stuff. I did not bring a camera. As mentioned, please let me know how the background noise is. And I can't. I already started talking. I'm like, wow, I'm being a little bit loud. I need to be careful. I'm trying to remember how my room is oriented. Like, what's on the other... I'm near the edge. I'm thankfully in kind of a suite, which is good. Oh, I wonder if I can relocate into, like, the middle bedroom. I might do that for the future so that I'm not, like, yelling. We're going to have Johanna being banned out by the side of Smoke. LTK could go and give her a Nubarak. And now Stukov. Very, very, very regular bans. A Nubarak definitely indicating a very, very aggressive style coming out of Smoke. And then Stukov is just great for any kind of wombo combo, putting the hush puddle, putting the butt puddle down beneath whoever the target is, so they can't use the escape abilities. They can't dash, they can't maneuver. About all they can do is run really fast with their Lily. Alright. And we have the Thrall coming out. Okay. LTK getting the work? Did I say work? The Orcish Chieftain? I don't know where the W was. But they banned the wrong orc, as we do go ahead and have Rhaegar coming out. Man, this is just a green game so far. John would be very, very appreciative, because at least on my screen, John's text is green. We do have the Gazlo, the Gazlord coming out, followed up by Kael'thas. Also very Warcraft-centric. Who's going to be the one to break the pattern first? That is the question. Kael'thas interesting coming. Obviously, Kael'thas does have a very, very good amount of like area damage coming out, so that will be beneficial. That'll be definitely a thing to worry about.
It's about damn time.
Okay, we do go and have the Warcraft trend being broke. We do have Death Unbound on the Diablo. Lot of There's a lot of walls for Diablo got to bounce into. Always very, very big. And we do go and have... Is that Shadow Droid? I'm actually outputting this to a TV, so like the edges are cut off for me on my actual monitor. I think you can see it just fine. With that Shadow Droid coming out on the Taiki. I can only see Shadow D. And that's something different. Don't want to hear about your Shadow D, thank you very much. I do like picking up the Tychus with the Diablo. Tychus is one of the biggest threats to Diablo, especially if they go for bigger they are. Where you're just like chonking out 4% damage per shot. It's just... And then... You do stop at 30%, but at that point even Diablo goes down pretty quick. Deathwing being banned out as well as Anduin. Man, I gotta say, this is just a bad time to be a leader of a Warcraft faction. You do have, like, Thrall, the Orcish Warchief being banned out, Anduin being removed. You could argue Deathwing is the leader of a faction. It wouldn't be a good argument, but hey, you could make it. We do have... Well, so far we have 4 Warcraft characters, and I love the White Mane. Hey, can I tell you about how I love the White Mane? Can I tell you how happy I am for the White Mane? I'm going to post my White Mane in chat, although I'm sure you'll see it before you hear me talking about it.
My blades are yours.
It is Baby Well and playing the Sonya. White Mane needs to be a bit careful. White Mane can't move to use her abilities, which is very, very dangerous against the Sonya. And there's the Mephisto. So LTK is not going to double bruiser this time. I am a bit curious, like the Mephisto can obviously teleport in and the Sonya can leave. They may be back to fronting Smoke. They may be trying to just bypass that Muradin.
This galaxy shall suffer.
We will have Sonya versus Leoric the offlane. That is a skill matchup. I don't hate going into it, but Leoric does have the advantage with perfect play. If Leoric does not miss his Drain Hope, then Sonya has a hard time taking him down. But that's the thing, Sonya can Whirlwind and just basically make it to where Drain Hope is very, very hard to land because of the like wind up. But regardless, we are going into the game right now. I will get predictions up. Hello, Brockus. Good to see you. gosh, dang it! Okay, there we go with that. Not you though. Yes, we have sound again. We have sound again. Okay, and now I need to get back into the game. Fantastic. Okay, well, that was really, really good commentary that you guys completely missed out on. Don't you feel silly? Death Unbound is going back and forth with the Lightning Nova. We do go. Your world is upside down. Good job, Kel'Thas. Proud of you. Last Smoker does move back and forth. Gets Murden down about 50%, but Murden is going to have Murden is going to go ahead and regenerate because Murden cheats. Wait, Murden's on their team? Who was that they were picking up? That wasn't Diablo, was it? It was Rhaegar. You know, orcs and dwarves look almost the same. My tones are not what does dulcet mean? So we're going to have, they are moving up here. They are taking this a little bit early, although actually not necessarily, because the shrine is activating in about 2 seconds. They're going to be able to come in. Their opponents have not taken the opposing camp, so there won't be anything to respond to that. Here they come. They're going to start moving in. And surprisingly enough, they're not rushing in there. I don't know why not. They've got Gazlo down here. They're just trying to side push. There was a camp pushing here, but their opponents are up to about 16 skeletal minions already. A lot of damage to Death Unbound. Death Unbound gets so low. Starts to move in there. Is screened by some fire coming out the Kel'Thas. There is Draken goes in with the Lightning Nova. Last Valkyrie looking very low. Needs to be careful. A lot of penetration on the side of LTK. And we do have the Gazlo gets finished off. Death Unbound very low, but Bowser can go ahead and do a hippity hop on out of here. Didn't even have to be Lunara, and we do have the Frozen Butter. Oh, that is... I hadn't noticed that was a Frozen Butter. Frozen Butter is the best one to push with. It's going to come in here, going to go ahead and just start slamming into this. Death Unbound is leading the way of Fire Stomps in order to find out what's behind there. Try and figure out if there's anything to jump to. There's no one tipping that over, which means that this is going to get a lot of value, especially with it shutting down. There's a double stun coming in here. Death Unbound does get stunned, is not able to go for the charge. Down to about 60% health already. But the entirety of the front wall is going to go down. You have the Punisher going down. Does get the fort down to some number. This stupid overlay doesn't actually allow you to like click on buildings and find out what they are. I hate it. So it does not look like that camp that was picked up on the side of smoke actually did all that much. Sonya did stay up there and actually took it out. Answering camp coming out on the side of LTK right about now. There's Shadow Troy. They're moving in, getting this taken care of very quickly. A big gank attempt coming into Stone. Oh, there is that Gazlo is just not letting Stone to go anywhere. She does have to burn Leap, but still goes down. That means she's going to be down for 20 seconds, but Leap is down for another 55 seconds.
Your world is upside down.
Well, why would they do that? That's really rude. Smoke is definitely the home team, so if they're on the wrong side, then that's on the, gosh dang it. I don't have time to go look this up right now. Okay, 1 second, I'm going to cheat. Let me go verify. Yeah, people, you're driving me absolutely crazy right now. Be on the correct sides. I don't know what team you guys are on. So yeah, Smoke is the one with Death Unbound.
I must pull back.
1 second, so Death Unbound. Okay, yep, they are absolutely switched.
What to do? Slay the Guardians. Unleash the Punisher. Go now!
Okay, we are back now. Sorry about that. I just assumed that the teams are going to, like, be on the correct sides. Like, normally I probably would have caught that, but actually probably not. I'm really lazy. Nice Gravo into Entomb. Oh, that is a nasty, nasty, nasty combo. A little bit of a raw Gravo does not necessarily have to work, but a lot of it is LTK. Hero Smoke going in. No, that is LTK. They switched. I've got in my head, that, you know, LTK is the orange team, so whoopsie. But LTK goes in and occupies this. Smoke does have to fall back. We do go down to 22. It does look like there is an Arcane Punisher. Will be coming out for the side of LTK with a very, very little issue. They also did the, like, coin flip wrong. Like, the one took map pick and then the other team banned first. I'm like, if you have map pick, you ban first. But at the end of the day, like, neither team complained. We're not really going to look at it. But I just definitely feel like they don't really pay attention to this stuff. They need to do that. When you guys are watching the replay later, I'm mad at you. Not really. Slightly. LTK launching the way in, trying to go ahead. Death Unbound, let's go ahead and use the souls in order to take a little bit less damage for a second. I believe that's what that little bar was. There's Astroski takes a bunch of damage. There is going to go ahead and be, oh yeah, Unstoppable. Leo does not get out of that. We do have a trade out. Leo for, actually, Leo and Kel'Thas for Diablo. This is getting less and less of a good trade. There is Baby Well. Baby Well. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Bowser King taking a bunch of damage. Murden going to go ahead and get out of here. LTK flees for their lives against the onslaught of Smoke. Diablo is coming back right now, so they have a full 5 opposing them. They're still about 10 seconds away from Kel'Thas coming back. Here's a bunch of damage coming through. We do go ahead and have Shadow Droid moving the way. Goes in and throws a big old... Oh, here's Bowser King. Bowser King is rushing in there. Needs to be a bit careful. Okay, Kel'Thas is now here. And there again, man, here goes LTK being like, okay, here's our big combo. Goodbye, Tychus. Goodbye, Tychus, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because Diablo is dying now. He's got no soul, so he is gone. Wow. Okay, I want to stop. I'm sorry. I am entirely too much fun. We're gonna have Sonya up here. Sonya, Baby Will being a little bit gutsy. Like, if you just lost 2 of your number, I would not probably move out on that. And Red is on their side, but still. Like, if I were LTK, I would invade that 1000%. Well, I guess maybe they wanted to get experience more than that. But we're already up to level 16. It doesn't feel like we should be. Here is Bo Diddley coming down. Bo Diddley. He likes to drag it out. I enjoy singing. I may not be good at it, but I enjoy it. There's Death. Oh, Death Unbound goes ahead and catches a hammer to the keister. Just going to get. And there is the only catches Diablo, but Diablo will be going down most likely. Okay, yep. Thank you for not looking a liar out of me. Let's get down to business. I do think that Smoke is getting a lot better about actually staying spread out for that. Like, they use a lot of ults in that, and there were none used on the side of Smoke. That means Smoke will actually be at an advantage for this next objective, assuming it comes up before all the ults are back, and they will have a little bit of time for the ults to come back up. Here's Zoom the Boom. Doing Gaz Lord things. Oh, I don't see this talent very much. So Gazlo does go ahead and go for the superior schematics. Now the thing about that, I think it's 13, it might be 16. I can talk later. We do have another big engage, and Smoke is just melting. Smoke is disappearing like smoke. Baby Whale is going to get out of here, but there's the Dwarfling trying to get on top of that. Baby Whale's running for their lives. Because they have more than one life, don't you know? Don't you know? LTK is going to go ahead and get on this objective. Here's the surprising thing about that. Now, the nice thing about superior schematics is that they will go ahead and be able to drop these and just clear this very quickly. But that does mean they're not taking a talent that makes the turrets like remain as Gazlo at basic attacks. And Gazlo can basic attack. I've got like 10 turrets up without a basic attack talent. People just walk in and all my turrets shoot lasers. They just walk into a literal firewall of laser damage. But here comes a Mortar Punisher on the blue side of the battlefield. Moving on in. We are going to go ahead and see it smashing into this. Mortar Punisher is the best one to siege with. Does the most damage to buildings because it's a special ability. Buildings are kind of crap at dodging, and it does the most damage. It's just more easily avoidable. You can't avoid the Arcane as easily. And then the Frost doesn't actually do damage. It just turns off structures. There's a stun coming in. Oh, good capitals. There is that. Two people got... Actually, we do end up having a caught in there. Death Unbound does come back. Sonya leaped in to try and save the rest of the team, but it looks like it is not going to go anywhere. We do go and have a 4-4-0 in favor of LTK. That may be the end of the game. There are 30 seconds to come back, and they don't have a Punisher anymore, but they do have some waves coming in, and there goes the bottom four, making the core vulnerable. GG is called by Death Unbound. Yeah, they got 10 seconds. This core is not going to stay alive, so this is only game number 1 going in favor of LTK. Very good focus fire coming from that team, and a lot of ability to make space around them. Love it. So, looking at the end of the game number 1, we do go at that in terms of hero damage. Draken is going to lead the way with 74,000 damage on Mephisto. Les Malkier does do 54,000, and then Shadow Droid coming out with 36,000. In terms of healing and shielding, Vicar heals for so much. 61,000 damage being healed. But here's the thing. Before you're just like, oh, Astro, what's wrong? Like, Mephisto did 20,000 more damage than Kael'thas, so there was a little bit more for Vicar to heal. You know, keep things in perspective. And then look at experience. We do go and have Bo Diddley leading the way, 17,000. Looking at talents, here they are. Go ahead and copy them down, take them into Storm League with you. Get all of the amazing victories. We do have Rocket Boots, Hyper Focus Coils, and Master Blast. This surprises me. So, I take these a lot. Oh, this is the Sonya Killer build. Big old Gravo Bomb. So yeah, you slow them down, and then you hit them with a Gravo so they can't get away. Then you have the extra 2 damage, Arc Reactor. And then Summon the bomb squad. Looking at the other side, breaking on through to the other side. We do have Furious Blow, so the slam build coming out of Sonya. Mystical Spear, I did see that used in the middle of the game, and then Giant Slammer. Giant Slammer's a bit interesting because they didn't have that much chonk. I would have actually thought we'd go for the one that makes your, like, spear refresh faster. And just, like, go ham in the pan. But regardless, I will see you in game number 2. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back.
Garden of Terror.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to game number 2. We are going to go ahead and have LTK, we hit objective, on the appropriate side of the battlefield this time, as well as Smoke, also on the appropriate side. Smoke is going to be taking first pick after losing game number 1, and they do continue to ban out the Anubarak. They say that the aggression of LTK is just a little bit too much for them to try and handle. We are going to have Johanna being banned out. Very similar bans so far to what we saw in game number 1. Johanna, a very, very defensive tank. LTK really likes to peel their opponents apart, and it's hard to peel Johanna apart. She's a stalwart. We're going to have Last Melchior getting a respect ban as Kael'thas is removed from the battlefield. So we are not going to be seeing any floopy mages. Only Ice or Arcane or Fel. We are going to go ahead and see the Thrall once again being banned out. That's not really surprising. LTK is most likely going to continue banning the same hero if their bans are successful. So, with that being said, we do have... Wow, Baby Whale taking Leoric like super fast here on Garden of Terror. Leoric is able to move around the map very quickly. Great wave clear, one of the best offlane wave clear heroes, and has a decent escape. Though, I almost have to wonder, like, the Entomb sets up other things to kill you, but Leoric is not actually that damaging. At least not until later in the game. Zoom then Boon still coming out and being on the Gazlo, the Gaz Lord. Astro coming out with the Brightwing, and then we do have Death Unbound on a main tank Leoric. No, main tank Blaze. I might have a thing for Leoric, can you tell? So with that being taken care of, we do have our secondary ban phase. We do not yet have either DPS, so we won't have an offlane or a healer or a tank ban coming out of LTK. What DPS are they scared of? Anyone that has to play LTK in the future, pay attention to this. These are the damages they hate, and the root of Tychus might be an indication they're thinking about Diablo, or dare I say it, Cho'Gall. Hello, Silverbell. Glad to see you. This is kind of a terrifying cast for me because I am very much in a hotel room. I've never my setup is just completely bagonkers. But I actually haven't dropped any frames, so this is amazing. Bagonkers is a word, by the way, in case you didn't know. Fall Steady comes on in rides in. So, if I ride in, I mean getting banned out. I get distracted super easily. Don't mind me too much. So, with that said, we do go ahead and have a secondary pick phase. If Cho'Gall is coming, he has to come right now. But the answer is, it is actually the boring Diablo. Boo! And we have Hanzo. Hanzo and his Dragon Strike. Very... Where's the Dragon? I always forget. The one where it's the Spiritual Dragons. Very good into the Zoom and Boom, but they do not have the Leoric Entomb. Like they might want to pair with it. They would need something to hold them in place a little bit longer. Though, arguably, Diablo does provide that with Apocalypse. Who is our damage? So we'll have James Raynor coming out, and as well as the Orphea. They almost get the holy goblet of all the different characters. Because we do have a Diablo hero in Leoric, a Warcraft hero in the Brightwing, a Starcraft hero in Blaze, a Nexus hero in Orvia, but they do drop it. They do not get an Overwatch hero. If they had gone for Genji, they would have been perfect. But unfortunate. On the other side, we do have their secondary bruiser is Artanis, of all things. Very interesting. Very unexpected. Very amazing. We'll get to the game in just a second. Put down your points. I will put the prediction up. Say who you think will win game number 2, who will own Garden of Terror, and who will start charging the Lady of Thorns or Ripped. I'll see you in game. Don't go anywhere.
battle begins
So,
shortly.
coming into game number 2, we do go and have LTK We Hate Objective coming out on the blue side of the battlefield. We do go and have Bowser King in the absolute best hero for that, that screen name on the Diablo. Not the little thin Diablo, the like big girthy Bowser-esque Diablo. Look at his majesty. We go ahead and have Vicar is going to be playing the Rhaegar. Les Malkier is going to be on the Hanzo. Up in the top lane, we are going to go ahead and see Artanis being played by Bo Diddley. And we will see Zoom in the Boom coming in on the bottom lane. They are your blue team. They are the Legionnaire of causing loss. They are LTK. We Hate Objective. On the other side of the battlefield, we do go ahead and have the orange team. Death Unbound will be playing the main tank Blaze. Shadow Droid will be on Orphea. We have Astro Ski on the Brightwing. In the top lane, opposite Artanis, we do have Baby Whale playing Leoric. In the bottom lane, against Gazlo, we do go and have Draken playing Raider. They are your orange team. They are the Sentinels of Slaughter. They are Smoke. Or RCL Smoke, if you will. It was so much easier to tell who the RCL teams were when they all had, like, dragon names. Now it's, like, Smoke and Insanity and Curse. I'm like, I can't keep up. Man, Region puts Region in all their names. CCS, even, like, the hardest one, still has a common naming thematic. RCL is weird. With that being said, we do go ahead and have Shadow Droid at the and Astro Ski going around the map trying to pick this up. It does look like their opponents will also start getting the camps up. A lot of camps on this map, and it does look like neither team have like a dedicated camper. They are moving their 3-man around, kind of ignoring middle soak for just a second. Just a little bit. Astro Ski does come up to try and get this picked up. Oh, Baby Will comes in here. Says, what's she gonna do? He's gonna call his good friend Artanis? Or, no, he is Artanis, his good friend Diablo. Nice sense, though, coming from the side of Baby Will. Did go in and see, okay, I can move in here. I am curious. What do we got for talents? Specifically on Artanis did take amateur opponent. He's gonna be able to get this down, but that does mean you can duel into an Artanis with an amateur opponent very aggressively. You don't have to worry about stacking him. A little bit of aggression coming out on the side of Zoom the Boom. Trying to knock into this. We already have a tower about halfway down. Meanwhile, we do have the seed up here. It does look like that is being ignored by LTK. Botilli's have to back off. That's the thing. Artanis going to have a hard time moving into this because again, like amateur opponent is really good for taking camps. It's really good on supporting the terrors. It's really good on killing the opponent's terrors. It's just not good in a duel because it does literally nothing to help you in a duel.
Are you ready?
For those of you that aren't familiar, Twin Blade attack deal 150 bonus damage to not heroes. So literally everything except the thing you're dueling against. We're going to have Dragon moving in here. I'm going to go ahead and knock this down. There is a stun on Orphea. That does go ahead and let Zoom the Boom go ahead and get a blast, master blast onto Orphea's face. I know her name is Orphea. I just like saying Orphea. Big siege in right here. It does look like both teams have just said, you know what? If it's on our opponent's side and it's not going to give them terrors, just give it to them. Give it to them all night long. There's Malkier. Malkier goes and scouts out, but does not see anyone worth seeing.
A new seed is set to sprout.
Okay, this is in neutral territory. Slightly favorable for LTK. But it's not like when it was, you know, there. But they will have to move south because coming in through this choke is difficult. Coming up from this one is much better. Because at that point they're having to fight you here and you have like flank around options. When you're fighting here, they can just stop you, and the flank around options are like all the way up and around.
The seed, heroes, quickly.
Shadow Droid goes ahead and moves in. It does look like Astro Ski is trying to get this in there. A lot of damage going through because they don't have their healer right now, but they will get the seed. Baby Will very, very low, but does get the Astro Ski heal. And just in time, too, Malker does go ahead and pelt them with a Q, but it's just a little bit too little too late. Oh, thank you, Rosie. I appreciate you. It's just stylish. Orphea. It kind of sounds Raven Courtish, doesn't it? And not like an endorsement of one of the teams, but like the actual Raven Court. Because that's Orphea is, of course, the Raven Lord's daughter.
Before you know it.
Oh, looks like, yep, I dropped a few frames for the first time. Bam does get caught by that just for a second. This will be seed point for Smoke if they can secure it. Bam does go ahead. There is a Hyperion flying over, going and launching that down. Oh, great. We do go and have the Unstoppable Beast coming in there and just hitting. They can't get out of it. Bo Gently takes a bunch of damage, and Artanis goes down. Baby Will super low. It is 4-on-4. But Zoom Boom, man, that Eternal Beast really is eternal. It never dies. But you know what does die? Gazlowe dies. And this will be Terrors coming out on the side in favor of Smoke. Looks like most of the attention is being paid to the middle lane right now. We do see Leoric up top. Raider is just now respawning.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
And Bodili having a little bit of trouble keeping Baby Whale back, but they do go in and get the Plant Terror down. So it looks like they will only lose 1 fort from this, maybe. It does look like there is going to be a push in the middle. They're trying to get the bottom Terror down, but that means they're not defending middle fort. Yeah, the only reason I know it's pronounced Orphea, because they don't say her name a lot in-game, but Orphea, unless I'm crazy, Orphea is a character from Hamlet. Very, very famously has the Get Thee to a Nunnery scene.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Very gothy name, and so I'm very familiar with it. So yep, we do end up having LTK do lose 2 forts in that first exchange. And the bad thing about it for them is that they've only got 1 out of 3 seeds. So it's not even like they can just get the next Terror and push back. I also do think, unless it's changed dramatically, Garden of Terror is the map where losing the first objective is the best predictor of who's going to lose the game. Just because the lanes get so pushed from it, it's even worse than Braxis. And I never talked about how Braxis is the snowbally map.
You had best be ready to gather another seed, heroes.
Now think about Shakespeare. Everyone's favorite Shakespeare quote, go. I'm just curious how many of you can actually answer.
Collect the seed and don't fret about the shadows. They don't feel at home.
Alright, oh, nice, very aggressive positioning. There is the Eternal Hunger coming out. Now, Eternal Hunger is actually doing a great job of, like, stopping them. Oh, but Baby Whale gets a little bit too aggressive into it. But again, they're just not respected. Like, look how long these Eternal Hungers are lasting. That is some truth in advertising, if I do say so myself. Which, by the way, I do.
My little seed is on the verge of sprouting. Prepare to gather it.
Oh my goodness, are LTK actually giving up the second seed? Like, here's the thing, like, I can see the appeal of this. I can see why you might want to do this, but it's going to really put them in a bad spot if they, because they have now lost top 4 as well. So the next set of plant terrors are going to be pushing directly on the keep walls.
Hero slain. There's my precious seed. Go and get it, would you?
Artanis is down. They can move up here, but they will have a hard time picking it up. Yet they are giving it. So we do have Smoke a single seed away from a directly onto keep plant terror phase. Have only lost 1 fort so far. Alright, then we do have Baby Whale going into the far side, is looking for this, but does not actually find it. We have a very, very short-lived Eternal Feast, not what you're looking for. Baby Whale takes a huge bit of damage, is going to be the first one to go down. We do going to have a Fire Breath going through, we do have a kill into Brightwing. Baby Whale does go ahead and go down as well. That is a 3 for nothing in favor of LTK. This will definitely give them the comeback potential that they need. We are at level 16 all at the moment.
It is.
I was like, they better get over there.
Before your enemy does.
Okay, yeah, they won't be able to pick it up, and it does look like they overstayed their welcome. It's going to be Orphea, the only one to get out of there. Shadow Droid goes ahead and goes back to her little high school outfit. Let me just say, I do love this skin. Not thrilled with the pink, but it is kind of like punkish. And I mean, you know how easy I am to, you know, get on the side of a gothy punk skin? Just not a big fan of the coloration. Everyone in chat being like, can you focus on the game and stop, like, oogling over goth stuff? No, I can't. A lot of damage coming in. Big stun coming in from Death Unbound, though. We do go on a Baby Whale going at Baby Whale. Your team is not here. I don't know if you got the memo.
Another seed. I trust you know what to do, heroes.
Alright, we're going to have a lot of damage. We are going to get those cleaned up, but this might just... Oh, it's going to be close. No, 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 no. Baby will come back. I was going to say that the seed's going to come back, but Leoric does come back in the middle of the map. So they will be able to engage and fight into this, though it is in a bad location. Nice high parry. We do go to Botific going ahead and diving in there. Gets the swap, but will go ahead and go down themselves. There's a Blaze, but Baby Will's in the middle. Nice Eternal Feast goes ahead, but once again, we do not have the Entomb in order to really hold them into it. Okay, it is 2 for 1, but very, very low health bars. We do have a kill onto Leoric. One more time. Got our droid super, super low. Zoom the boom getting out there. Malkier is going to go ahead and hunting for High Schooler. Just go ahead and pick that off. Hanzo the assassin. We do have Draken being driven out of there. Deathland Bound still going to try. There's no health in the bars. Archer versus Marine Corps. Let's go. Archer wins. This is exactly what LTK needs. They were on their back foot, but now they go ahead and have the face, and most of the opponents are down. They will definitely get this top one. They make it more than that.
Rise, my terrors. Sap the life from your enemies. Mark my terrors. Uproot your enemies' defenses.
Baby Will is like, I know Baby Will, and hopefully he doesn't mind me saying this in the middle of a cast, but Baby Will is kind of running into Stormbleak hero syndrome right now. Like, at the same time, Lyric will come back pretty quick. But you knew you weren't stopping that. Oh, Orphea takes a bunch of damage. Bowski turns that around, and they're going to have Orphea. Does go down. There was an attempt by a Death on Bound to go and get that into the bunker. No one is left alive in that area, so that is a wasted gravel bomb. There's Bozidley in the side lane, and this could be, as another kill happens, there are 2 people down right now. Baby Will has regenerated, but are they going to try and push in? They do also have a plant terror coming to the bottom. Nice body block from Bowser King. Does end up flipping Draken into safety, but you know what? I get it. The shields are down. The paint is getting scratched. We do go and have damage going on to the core right now. 17 seconds on Orphea. Bowser King very low. Does go ahead and warp out, but that is going to be kill onto the Diablo, but doesn't matter. They are posting core down to 10%, down to 3%, and with an incredible comeback, we do go ahead and have LTK winning game number 2 and getting the domination over their hated rivals, Smoke. Let me go ahead and see if I can get an interview. All right, quick. Alright, we'll have to go ahead and see if anyone comes and joins us. We do, looking at the stats until we are joined, potentially. We do have, Malkier does lead the way in terms of damage, does do 53,000. We do have 49,000 coming out of Orphea. So like we will be joined in just a moment. We do have Vicar leading the way in terms of healing, doing 64,000 healing over the course of the game. And we do get Zoom the Boom leading the way in terms of that lovely experience race. 14,000 experience. Artena's coming with 13,000. So it does look like we have Bowser King coming in. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. I think we have one more joining.
Yep, Tarwin is here as well.
Yeah, I think Vicar is joining also.
Well, better get on it.
I don't know if she said she was, or...
Does she know where to go?
I definitely cannot answer that question for you. But while we wait to see if they can figure out how to get here.
I just messaged her in our Discord, so.
I am so mean. But looking at first of all, kind of a gimme question, but how do you feel right now?
I mean, great. That was a strong team, and we got the 2-0 domination on them, so feels great. Yeah, it was tough matches though.
No, absolutely. They've definitely come out. I will be the first to say I did not expect them to be as good as, or like high in the rankings as they were, because that's not the same Smoke that I used to see.
Yeah. You casted them before, or just like been watching them, or?
Well, for a very, very, very brief period, I was in RCL, so I got to kind of play with them, but that was a whole different roster, I think.
Oh, okay. Is it
Someone
a
else
different
was
season
mentioning
or a
that
different
too.
Arnie?
So, but looking at game number one was, of course, on Infernal Shrines that took you guys forever to actually decide on.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't as much a deciding thing as we just had a couple last minute joiners. Cough, cough. Sorry about that, but yeah. So once they joined in, then I created the lobby as quick as I could so that we could stay on time. But
I had to give you a hard time about it, though.
oh yeah, sorry about the creating the lobby, the home versus away. I didn't realize that was a thing. That's my bad.
Yeah, it's just because obviously whenever, actually whether you're casted or not, because I've seen it happen a lot more in replay casts, but it's just, whenever we set it up, the home team automatically ends up on the left and the away team automatically ends up on the right.
Oh, okay.
So the way it's important, and
So
it's
home
super,
team just creates lobby then, typically.
well, typically, but the away team can do it as long as they just move themselves to the right.
Okay.
But like I said, I just have to press one button in order to switch it. I was just a derp and didn't actually check. I was just like, nope. I said so-and-so's the home team. Surely they'll do it right. I don't need to check.
Oh, you put too much faith in us. Tisk tisk.
So looking at game number one was I was a bit surprised in that you guys took the shaman camp right before the first objective, which is something I see very, very often. But then you just, like, weirdly enough, you kind of went mid and got some like soak, and it took you some time to actually go to the objective, which I was a bit surprised to see.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't planned that way. I think we were trying to push out the lanes as much as possible, and it just took us longer than we thought, and that we didn't get up there in time. And then once they had reached like 20 minions, we were like, I mean, I think we still came up to that one, but like we were debating just like giving it all together and just continuing push. But I forget what happened. I think we did come up, but I don't think we didn't really contest it too hard. We may have left shortly after that and just went back to the lanes.
Yeah, it's like normally I see people go and kind of like basically waste their time and be like, "Are you gonna go check on the shaman? Are you gonna go check on the shaman?" But this one I was like, "We're gonna take shaman and then we're going to have a sandwich."
I would have loved a sandwich in the middle of that match.
I would too. Why did I say that?
Not sure.
The other the other statement I had about game number one was mean. Like, you guys, it was very, very interesting because you guys, it kind of felt like your comp was, okay, we engage into them once per minute, and if that doesn't work, we just, like, back off and wait for a minute and then engage into them again. And the gravel bombs were doing, I usually do not see gravel bombs being successful when they are the initiator for a combo, but you were catching a lot of people with them.
Thank you. I've been working on more offensive gravel bombs instead of defensive.
Yeah, I can't play Gaslow to save my life. Like, I really tried to learn him for like 2 seasons, and I'm like, I am not good at like the way he has to play of the half kitey turret. That's just not for me. I want to smash into people.
Yeah, he's my favorite character. Honestly, he was actually the first bruiser I learned, but sometimes it's hard just because he is more melee, but that turrets do help, especially trying to get vision on certain areas too, that a lot of people don't realize.
Oh, absolutely. So, moving on to game number two. Game number two was a sweater. Like, they got the first objective and they were nearly getting to the second one. Did anything change, or did you just kind of like see that opportunity that came out of nowhere and just took full advantage of it?
I mean, in the second game, I really think the first couple seed fights and everything, like we just did so poorly, just standing in the Orphea alt forever. I mean, there was a couple of good plays on their part, that helped make that happen. Like, I was using my lightning breath on Diablo, so I'm stationary and they threw it on me. Leo wasn't 2ing people when they were throwing it on there. But even after all that stuff resolved, right, we were like still like just walking into it, which was like big like facepalm on our part. I think after those first two fights, when we stopped doing that, or we waited for them to do that and then went back in, or kind of just ran through it, that once we eliminated the standing in the Orphea ult problem, I think the fights went a lot more favorably for us, and then we were able to just take it from there.
I do think I made the statement in the middle of the game of Eternal Feast is a name, not a requirement.
Yes, we have to stand in it forever.
The other question I had, if I'm trying to remember, because that my actual follow-up question to that was going to be about Eternal Feast, and you took it away from me. How dare you? Oh, actually, if I can go back to the first game, I love to see Whitemane. I almost never get to see her played, so not really a question, but more of a thank you.
Or what? Sorry, I missed that last comment.
Just for Whitemane, I almost never get to see her.
Oh, yeah.
She is by far my favorite healer.
She is dope.
And then I guess my other question for game number 2 is, I am a bit surprised. I don't see a lot of Artanis play coming out anymore. Is there a specific thing he was doing in your comp, or is it just like Bo Diddley really likes swapping people?
Honestly, I mean, I wish he was here to maybe give more insight on it, but Bo Diddley's got a strong roster of offlaners that he can play. So, I mean, he's just looking to pick the best offlaner for both the map and comp. And I think there, he just wanted to be able to take the camps quickly. So that's why he went Artanis.
All right, makes sense. There was a moment early in the game wherever the Leo moved in on Artanis, and then it was so great because the whole team just came in like the cavalry. We're like, get away from our bruiser!
Yeah.
So last question I have, even though I kind of know the answer to this, I ask it to every team, but where does the name LTK We Hit Objective come from?
So LTK is our Discord name that fosters like different teams and things like that. So we're just under the LTK gaming community, and then We Hate Objective was kind of a joke, kind of like we kind of scrounged together our team almost last minute. Like we had like 3 people we had like 4 people like ready to go for like weeks for this, and we just needed to find one, and then like one person dropped out, and then we brought on like 2 more, and then we still needed subs and stuff. So like we were focused on that stuff more than like the name, and then like it got to like 1 week out, and we're like, hey guys, we still need like a name for this thing. So one of the things our coach Dutch, he would always call out in games that he would play or watch with us while we were practicing. He was like, oh, once again, we just hate the objective. We never go to it. We never fight for it. We always ignore it, blah, blah. So we just took that and we were like, why don't we just make that our name? We hate objectives, so that it kind of like reminds us that, hey, don't be so caught up brawling and just doing all this stuff. Like, actually remember there's an objective, and to actually focus on that and go for it. So it was kind of a joke, kind of a / reminder, but yeah, so that was pretty much it.
All right. And then those are my questions. Let me go ahead and turn it over to you for any shout outs you might want to give.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just start out. I mean, obviously, I always shout out my team. I always shout out the casters. Thanks for you guys for showing up and for playing. Obviously, if you guys weren't here, we couldn't play, and I appreciate the cast always. Huge shout out to Dutch, because I feel like we've come so far from week 1. Like we're not the same team as we started in week 1, and that's because of Dutch. So huge props to him. Big shout out to him. And then I mean, I don't know, do you guys have any individual shout outs you guys want to throw out there?
I would just like to say that Gas's bomb toss way better than the bigger Gravo bomb.
I knew that was coming. That was for our coach.
That's for our coach.
Well, I don't entirely disagree, though. Again, I'm not a great Gravo expert.
Did you have any shoutouts you wanted to throw our way, Vicar, or our way?
Heals all the way. I don't know. I don't really have much to say. Other than everyone's doing a great job. Keep it up. We look forward to continuing to challenge and grow.
Awesome. Love that.
I will say, without putting you on the spot and announcing it, I do love your Discord name. It's hilarious.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, so I mean, yeah, like I said, the LTK, that's License to Kill. I don't know if I actually explained what LTK stands for, but yeah, that's just our gaming community that facilitates a bunch of different teams, including ours, so.
Yeah, if you ever want to know all the LTK teams, I was talking about this in midcast too, just look at the teams page on the NGS, and it's all the ones that start with LTK, because you guys are way better than Raven Court. Raven Court is just like, yeah, some random teams are from there.
Oh, that's good to know.
But with that, I'll go ahead and let you guys enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I don't know if anybody was paying attention, but somebody said that that if Bo Diddley, there's like this thing. It's kind of a running thing at this point. I mean, just like literally like the last like week or two. But they're like, if Bo Diddley for any off lane kills, one-on-one kills he gets, that I have to like do a shot or something, which we have been saving for. I'll bank him up and I'll do it like on the weekend or something. But I have to go back and see. I don't actually know if he did get any kills this week or not. But that might be something I owe.
Well, we'll have to find out. I don't know for a fact either.
I don't really think he did, but we'll see.
I guess it depends on what you count as a solo kill.
What's that?
I was like, is that a, in the middle of a team fight, you ran off and finished someone off? Or is it legit no one else, like, is completely other side of the map?
No, like while they're in the laning phase, like they're just laning against each other and he gets a kill. That's the requirement. So.
All right. Well, we'll find out. Hopefully, don't treat too fast.
Yeah, I try not to.
But with that, have a good one. I hope to see you guys in playoffs, although maybe not on the other side of the battlefield, maybe just in casting.
Yeah. Well, good luck either way, so.
Thank you, thank you.
Get any solo kills.
What's that?
Get any solo kills on me.
Yeah, I didn't think he did, but it's always in the back of my mind just in case.
I mean, their shots are always welcomed. So.
Yeah.
Right. Alright, I just wanted to come and say that.
Appreciate you verifying that for us.
All right, so I will see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for the interview and for the fantastic games.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
casting. I really
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure, my pleasure.